Pogue's dirty old town has cleaned up its act. It's curious and colourful.
A city with real soul and one of the most easygoing capitals in the world.
Top of the evening to you, Trevor.co.nz, smack in the middle of Dublin City. Isn't it gorgeous?
We are certainly right in the middle because behind us, that General Post Office is the birthplace of the Republic. That's where the 1916 Easter Rising started it all off.
And now we're in Ireland proper, Southern Ireland, where the pounds are different, everything's green, there's harps and Guinness all over the shop.
So we're going to start our journey right here and we're going to explore this town in two completely different ways.
Yes, I'm thinking the luxury angle is going to be maybe partying on the harbour with the social set, checking out the new money around the place, because there's a bit of that around the place.
And backpacking is definitely going to be drinking Guinness and singing a lot.
Right, so a little lower on the money. And speaking of money, the old Irish pound is going to decide which directions we're going to go in this week.
Okay, and we're going to flip this.
There's a horn, there's a deer, and there's a harp.
Deer and a harp.
Okay, and it's my turn to call.
Yep.
Okay, I'm calling the harp for the high end.
Oh, you got the deer!
I got the horns, not the harp. All right, backpacking. I can deal with it.
Have a fantastic time.
You too. Get yourself some new Irish money.
Oh, okay.
All right. Right, first priority for me, somewhere to lay my backpack, but it all looks a little too rich for me around here. I'm gonna head out a bit. Being on a budget, taxis are right out for me here in Dublin. Lucky there's a reliable and reasonably regular bus system. I've got myself a one-day pass for £3.50 or €4.44, which works out at about $9.50 New Zealand dollars. $9.50 that is. And if you come here next year, it's dual pricing at the moment, but if you come here next year, everything will be in euros. And I'm not too happy about that.
My choice, the Clarence, in the heart of the city. The hotel had a major makeover in '96 and it all started in this bar. The story is that in the 1970s it was one of the only places that the punk rock band U2 could get a drink. So when they were rich and famous, Bono and the Edge decided to buy the place. They've done it all out. All that's left from their good old days is the 1970s floor. Cosmopolitan, anyone?
20-minute bus ride out of central Dublin. Why? Because the place is so bleeding expensive, it's getting to be like New York and Tokyo type expensive, price type stuff. So I've decided to do something I've never done before, and that's book myself into a bed and breakfast. It's going to cost me still about $120 New Zealand a night, but I have to keep reminding myself that that does include the breakfast. Well, hello there.
Tough old road. Mr. Cornish, is it?
Yes, I'm Dean.
You're
Call me
welcome.
Dean. Thank you. What was your name?
Joan.
Joan, have you got a room for me there?
Have indeed.
Fantastic.
Now, here you are.
Oh, nice. Plenty of room.
Okay, yes it is. You've been upgraded now.
Fantastic.
So
I've
it's
got
a
a big
nice,
room.
comfortable room, nice and large for you.
Myself.
Plenty of space in it.
Nice and bouncy.
Absolutely.
That's
Your ensuite is here for you now.
Oh, it looks like a great place. Light and airy, plenty of room. And lovely, just like being at Nana's. And can I sort of come and go as I please? I mean,
you
it's
can
sort of...
indeed, yes, you can indeed. You have your own key here.
Right.
Your front door key and your bedroom key.
Yeah, but surely you don't want me waking up at all hours type thing.
No, I haven't a notion of babysitting you.
No floozies,
Nice.
you're saying?
No floozies, no bits of skirt.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, there are only 50 rooms in the hotel, so the penthouse at $4,000 a night was booked out. But look, I'm still being treated like semi-rock star royalty. Check out the purple carpet. No two rooms are alike, evidently. What a ginormous bed. Wonder who's in the penthouse. Oh, very nice. Nothing too unusual. Oh, yes. A quick snap camera, just in case you see a rock star in the corridor. Very lovely. This room's costing me $600 a night, and it's just called a superior room.
Well, with my accommodation sorted, I'm straight back into the centre of the city, where it's all happening. The great thing about visiting Dublin in the summertime is it doesn't get dark until really late, like 9 or 10 at night, which is pretty cool. The bad thing about it is that there's actually not a heck of a lot of summer to speak of. It's, as you can see, kind of rainy, and as you probably can't feel, not that warm. Nevertheless, this is Grafton Street. It's the centre of Dublin's shopping district. It's completely closed to cars, and any time of the day or night, it's also completely full of people, and it's pretty cool. Grafton Street's also famous for its buskers as well, which is totally cool. Of all sorts. Cheers, mate. It's crazy walking through because you actually, you just get the fading of all these different performances, fade in, fade out, in different atmospheres. It's really pretty cool. And the cool thing is so many people are walking past every day that the buskers actually make a living out of it.
10 minutes walk from my hotel, I'm up on Cork Hill. I'm in the middle of Dublin Castle, upper courtyard, and all the presidents get inaugurated here, but right now this castle's earning its living as a regular set for TV and movies. Now the castle closes at 5 daily, but I've managed to score a private tour, and all I need now is a Helen. Helen!
Hey Petra, how are things?
Good.
Okay, would you like to follow me on the tour now?
Yeah.
I'll bring you around the castle.
By rights, it's really a palace built on the orders of King John in the 13th century. Tours just fit around whatever's going on officially and cost about £3 Irish. Very pretty.
Yeah. This is the drawing room of the castle. And it gets its name because the young ladies used to withdraw into this room when they didn't have a partner to dance with at the great dances held in the ballroom.
They would withdraw.
Yeah, exactly. So they were known as wallflowers.
Oh,
yeah.
Such a beautiful room full of rejected females. That's a very big chair.
Yeah, this is the throne room.
Could I have a wee try?
Okay, just between yourself and myself.
Okay.
Don't say anything to anyone else.
Sit softly.
We need the trumpet blowing now.
It does look a bit like a very flash Santa's chair, don't you think? Sorry, guys. No disrespect intended.
Well, I couldn't come to Ireland and not experience that beautiful Celtic sound. I found it alive and well in the Burbs. There's this big old building in a residential area which is totally all about preserving Irish culture. So I'm here tonight to check out a bit of Irish dancing and Irish music. And it's surprising how young these guys playing the music are. They're not going all hip-hop and shaggy on it, keeping the traditional sounds alive. That's cool, man. They're just jamming. They love it. And I love it. It's such a complex sound. There are flutes and fiddles, Irish bagpipes, accordions, even a banjo. And, of course, a man with a broom. Now, I've never seen this before, but it's actually a real tradition with different types of broom dance coming from different parts of the country. Clearly, it's popular with the locals. And how hard can it be? I'm doing a bit of the sideways stuff.
Lovely.
Is that all right?
Yes.
In time to the music, though.
Put you over there.
Oh, okay, like this.
Yeah, go on.
Easy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just for sweeping anymore.
Now, just across the road from my hotel, check out this river. It is dirty. And the story of how Dublin got its name, Dub means black and Lynn means pool. And these two rivers, the Liffey and another river called Poddle, met and formed a big black pool. Very apt.
Dirty old town. Dirty old town.
Good evening. I'm in love with the island's names. There's Cork Hill and Fishamble Street. This road here is called Bachelor's Walk, but yeah, anything you like. The next one's Spinster's Revenge. We've had a brilliant first day, and the funny thing about Dublin is it's quite like Wellington. The centre of the city is very compact, so it's easy. You can walk anywhere, and I've learnt my first Irish word, flan. So I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you. After the break, I enter a fashion show.
And I see some blokes hurling. I must admit I was up a little late last night, but those brooms don't dance with themselves. I'm now having the second B in the B&B equation, breakfast. I've passed up the cereals there and I'm going straight for the full Irish breakfast, which I've never had before. Let's hope it's not too foul.
Good morning to you, Dean.
Good morning, how you doing?
You were coming for your breakfast, not your lunch.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate. A little bit late last night. What do we got here? Come and
good
tell me
night
about.
out.
I had a fantastic
Well,
night.
you have the traditional Irish
Right.
breakfast, the bacon, egg, sausage and
Bacon,
tomato.
special
and
bread?
Traditional Irish soda bread.
Gorgeous and
Homemade.
lovely flowers. Where'd you buy them?
From the garden.
Oh, really?
My own garden.
Well
yes.
done.
I've come to Brown Thomas in Grafton Street because I'm on a mission. 18 miles away at the Dublin Showgrounds, the famous Kerrygold Horse Show is on. So I need something to posh up my outfit, a hat or something. Brown Thomas, though, this is Dublin's most exclusive department store, so it's not here, it's not anywhere. Designer labels galore, but what I want is an Irish connection. It's a little bit of me. Philip Tracy, local Irish lad, he does all the top things. He designs for Alexander McQueen and John Galliano when they're having their shows. Maybe another colour. Now this is quite odd. Odd to the tune of 450 Irish pounds. I like odd. Excuse me.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, how are you going?
I'm fine.
What do you think about this?
It's a beautiful hat. It's stunning on you.
Yeah?
And it's by one of our famous Irish designers, Philip Tracy. Do you know him?
Yes, I do.
You've heard of him, yeah.
So, as a local boy, that'll be good with the judges, won't it?
Absolutely.
I'll take
that's
it.
All right.
Well, day two in Dublin, and it seems today everybody is going to the hurling. The sport is more popular than rugby here. There's going to be 60,000 gathered at this stadium. It looks pretty crazy, and what seems to be happening is up and down Dorset Street, everybody's gathering at the pubs for a few pints to get themselves in the mood for a bit of a hurl. How you doing there?
How are you doing?
Okay, so who's playing in the hurling today?
Wexford and Tipperary.
Wexford and Tipperary. All right, well, I'll grab one each of these then, shall I? Just in case. So that way I've already won. How you doing, mate?
How are you, mate?
What's this hurling business all about then?
It's the most skillful game in the world.
Most skillful game in the world?
Yeah.
Right, what do you have to do?
You have to hit the ball, control the ball, catch the ball.
Right.
The ball's away that side.
What? Tipperary boy, what?
It's the fastest game in the world.
Can I come under your brolly for a minute?
It's one of the fastest games in the world.
The fastest field game in the world.
Is that right?
That's what it is, yeah.
This is one of the world's top equestrian events. Now, the Irish breed some pretty fine bloodstock, so I'm sure the local punters know quality when they see it. What do you think?
Of your hat?
Yeah, honest opinion.
I don't really like it.
You don't really like it?
It looks like a lampshade.
A lampshade? I was thinking blancmange, meringue. Yeah, a little. A tad Dr. Zeus, gone out for the evening. Yeah. Some champagne.
It would have been okay before someone sat on it.
Sat on it? Charming. Lots of people are here to watch the show jumping, of course, but, well, Ladies' Day is what it's all about, if you ask me. And there are prizes up for grabs. First prize for Best Dressed, a £13,000 car.
We're going to give the yellow part to the FC.
Yes.
And the fifth photograph and the white one to the judges.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And the cutest over here if you want to take a photograph.
Lovely.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. I'm going for most creative hat, £150. All of us ladies are here. Where are the men?
Well, that's what we're wanting too.
Where are the men? We're looking so fantastic.
And next up is Petra Bagust. Thank you, Petra. Petra's from New Zealand.
Competition stiff, but what the heck. I'm twirling already.
Wearing a beautiful classic.
It's kind of ominous, isn't it? It rains just as I get off the stage. 3 hours later, the finalists are chosen. And my blancmange doesn't even get a look in. Oh, I was robbed. Don't you think my hat's better than their hats?
It's lovely.
Thanks.
Well, observe, the fledgling hurling supporter. Got my program, I've got my fence-sitting double scarf type action, and I've got a ticket. It wasn't cheap. It's going to be my splash out for this episode, I think. $70 NZ to get through the gate, but if there was any doubt about hurling being huge, it is. The oldest recording of a hurling match is 1,600 years ago, but they reckon it's been played for over 2,000 years. 21 aside in the old days, and now 15 aside, just like rugger. This is absolutely crazy. It's basically what would happen if you played rugby with a one-day cricket ball and a hockey stick. What a ball game. I've never seen anything more fast and furious than that. It's absolutely crazy. The guys are all over the shop, sticks flying everywhere. I'm glad I'm not in the field. It's only half time. Tipperary look like they're well ahead, so I'm going to indulge in a little pressed meat before heading back in.
South of the Liffey, just 5 minutes walk from my hotel, is the Gaiety Theatre. $65 will get you a seat in a little piece of Ireland's theatrical history. Well, this may not look very flash, but it's actually Dublin's most celebrated theatre and the oldest. Tonight, Martin McDonagh's play The Lonesome West is on. I'm going to talk to one of the actors, so I know what's going on.
Come in.
Good evening. Hi. It's okay for me to bother you?
Yeah, sit down, please.
Well, this is the star of the show. You're a bad man, aren't you?
Pretty mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's 4 stars in this show, but I'm probably the meanest.
As a brand new person in Dublin, are there any little words, any kind of things you can help me with on dialogue?
Watch out tonight for words like, every sentence peppered with the word feck.
Oh, very attractive.
The last part is in, that makes him Coleman.
Wow. Check out this theatre, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's the real McCoy too, because you've got red velvet everywhere. It was opened in 1871. People like Pavarotti and Julie Andrews have all sung and danced.
brothers fighting and lasses peddling booze. And 2 feckin' murderers on the loose.
And me pregnant on top of it.
Well, Tipperary did win the hurling, and I've come to the Temple Bar district to celebrate.
You're not in Temple Bar in Dublin. I mean, what's the point in living?
In Dublin so far, everybody said, oh, go to Temple Bar or don't go to Temple Bar. It's like the city has a love-hate relationship with the place. Basically, I think that's because the cobblestones are old, but all the bars are new. It's where all the traditional old bars used to be, but now they've all been refurbished, and the place is full of munters. Really. I feel underdressed. Does it look familiar? I think we've seen these guys before somewhere. Into some sort of bar here in Temple Bar. One thing I'm noticing is that everybody here seems young. In fact, the population of Dublin, 50% of them are under 30 years old. So it means if you're over 30 in Dublin, mate, you're over the hill. Bars like this going off all over Temple Bar. I'm not sure how long it'll last. Mine's a ginger ale.
After the break, I get grinding.
And I have yet another drink. Well, the Pogues wrote Dirty Old Town about Dublin. It's famous for its famous writers like Oscar Wilde, James Joyce, to name a couple, and it's also famous for having a very high standard of education among the population. This is Trinity College, just off Grafton Street in southeast Dublin. It was formed in 1592, so it's really old, and it's one of the only working universities in the world where you can pay to get in through the door and have a wee tour. Hey there, George. Well, Trinity's still known as an incredibly conservative college in kind of a radical land, the Republic of Ireland, but not as bad as it was in the old 1900s. Old George Salmon here used to be the head of the college, and he was famous for saying that women would attend over his dead body. True to his form, he dropped dead a couple of months after the first chicks got to come here. Well, what do you get with a really old university? Lots of really old books. This is seriously the hugest library hall I've ever seen, and it contains some of Trinity College's book collection, but these guys actually have an agreement with Britain that every book that's published in Britain is sent here, and so their library actually totals 5 million or more.
We haven't left Dublin. It turns out the city's got a coast. Perfect thing to do on my last day in Dublin is get a bit of a different perspective. Only took me 20 minutes to drive here. In fact, it's got a coast with 4 yacht clubs. George V, where we launched from, was established about 115 years ago, so they know what they're doing. Oh, show us, where's James Joyce's tower?
See the Martello Tower, you see the white building?
Yes, I do.
There's a grey circular building.
Yes, he didn't live in that tower, did he?
He did, yeah.
Do you see that little cream house? I'm sure it's not that little when you get up close. On the hill, that cream house is Bono's house, and it's called Temple Hill because there's a temple inside it, and the whole house is laid out like Wimbledon, because the person who built it supposedly won Wimbledon. And in the fine tradition of sailing, you finish off with a drink. We happen to be at Dublin's most popular yacht club, which is a very salubrious place to be drinking. Haven't done this for a few years, the old waitressing. My friend, this is for you.
Thank you very much for that.
Cheers. Thanks for the outing. Excellent.
Well, one thing I haven't dealt with on the trip to Ireland so far is the black stuff, Guinness. It's going to cost me £9, which is $27 New Zealand, to have a bit of a self-guided tour. Lovely. Fantastic, thank you. Apparently this is what gets me my pint at the end of it all. Interesting. I know what you're thinking, what a totally Irish thing to do to have like the #1 tourist attraction in the country being a brewery. But the place is really amazing. They spent almost $100 million doing it up, and more Guinness is drunk in England anyway. But of course, one of the main ingredients in a pint of the black stuff is this stuff, water, and that's one of the reasons they reckon that Guinness brewed here in Dublin tastes different to Guinness all around the world, because the water comes straight out of a tap, making it the biggest consumer of water in Ireland. They reckon 10 million pints of Guinness are drunk in the world every single day, and this clock shows you how fast you need to drink if you were to drink 10 million in a day. We're only up to 4, and I'm guessing that's because Temple Bar hasn't opened yet.
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Have a gin and tonic, please.
You're gonna have a nice pint.
I'll have a nice pint instead, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what do I do with this? This has got a little bit of Guinness inside it.
I'll show you what you do with this. This goes to our activating machine. which it scans it.
Yep.
I'll give it back to you for your little souvenir. But you can never use it again now.
Oh, okay, that's all right. That's all right. The rooftop bar at the Guinness Brewery is actually pretty fancy and gives you one of the best views of Dublin, I reckon. It's pretty good. Pretty great.
Yeah, Pebble is yours.
Very much. That's great. Time to say farewell to Dublin. She's right. It's fantastic. Gotta go meet Petra.
Do you like my view? Would you believe that the word for this place is... This is the penthouse. Guess who was staying here? It was Bono. He moved out, so I moved in. And I want to stay forever. Last fingers here were probably Bono's.
Does this place never end? Oh, Ms. Bagust, how are you?
Welcome, very
I'm good.
How did Dublin treat you on a budget?
Dublin was fantastic, pretty expensive, but the warm-hearted locals and their fine Irish hospitality has just been gorgeous. What about you?
The locals are very warm-hearted. I love the accent, and I actually met Bono.
Did you?
Yeah, that is his autograph.
That's great. I totally believe you.
No, I really did.
Okay, that's
outside,
fine,
as he was checking out before he left me the penthouse.
Did you?
That's one of his cigarette butts.
Oh, good.
He wanted
Thanks
you to
a
have
lot.
it.
Cheers.
No, but this is real.
Is it?
Can't lie.
What'd you spend?
Come inside, have a look. You see this room? It set me back $4,000, and a hat I wore to the show jumping cost me $1,000.
Yeah. Well, I had 120 a night with old Joan at the B&B and splashed out on the hurling $70.
Sweet.
So if you like the look of what we've been up to in Dublin this week, get on travel.co.nz to find out more.
And you can have a look at this week's Hot Dublin deal.
Fly Air New Zealand to Dublin from Auckland, Wellington or Christchurch and stay 2 nights at the Castle Hotel from $2,699 per person and explore the Irish countryside with a budget rental car from only $71 per day.
Here you go, Petra. There's another special travel.co.nz offer for this week.
Fly Air New Zealand to Rarotonga and stay 5 nights at Club Raro with breakfast included from only $899 per person, or upgrade to the Edgewater Resort from an extra $99 per person. See the website or this week's new idea for details.
Booking travel over the internet is all the rage. It's easy to do, and when you find something that suits you, you can book using your credit card, which means you get airpoints.
When you're on travel.co.nz, don't forget to log into travelfree.co.nz. When you click around in there, you can earn points, and you could win unlimited free travel for a year. Feckin' fantastic.
Well, it's been grand, but it's time for us to say slam to Dublin. To be sure, to be sure.
Yes, indeed. Next week, we're off to LA, Los Angeles, La La Land. That'll be great. See you then.
Bye.
The best whiskey in Ireland, all the way from Scotland.
He was checking out of the hotel, so I just...
I don't think I believe you.
It's real! He went, what's your name? I went, Petra.
Is he sure?
It's tiny. And his minder went, actually I went like that, and his minder went, a pretty girl. And he went,
oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is he old and Scody by now?
He's a bit Scody. He was wearing blue glasses. This program was brought to you by Global Plus, the fastest way to earn air points, travel.co.nz and Air New Zealand.